Hi. I guess it's been a while. I've been doing as many videos as I used to do. I wanted to introduce Maleficent. She is the newest addition to our family. She is a Chihuahua. I was told that her breed does not really exist, but they call her a teacup. She weighs less than a pound, and she's almost full grown, and she's a little loving bundle of joy. And we're really enjoying her, and we're very happy that she decided to join our family. I'm going to put her down to play with her sister now. You remember Princessa from my earlier videos, so she's got a big sister to play with. Some things have occurred since I last did a video. I'm trying to get this better so I can do something more like that. That works. Okay, and you'll have to excuse the mess in the office. My husband just started a new job with a new company, so he will be, he's kind of moving offices right now. My weight loss is kind of plateaued, but I'm okay with that because I was in the process of getting a new leg. So that that whole process, you know, when you're not as active due to the prosthetic not fitting properly, of course I wasn't going to lose any more weight. But I'm hanging around, you know, at a good weight, a weight that I haven't seen since I was very young. So I've lost a little over 100 pounds, and I'm happy with that. But as soon as everything gets figured out with the new prosthetic, I will kick that into the gear again. Speaking of new prosthetic, I've actually got a new prosthetic. Everything but the socket is permanent. Basically, I'm in a test socket. I'm really looking forward to the permanent socket, but I have to wait about another week, I think, because the prosthetist that I'm working with is out of town. It is an airlock socket. So what that means is I no longer have the pin in. Oh, I went to Disney World and decided to get signatures from the characters. So I've got Goofy and Daisy Duck and Susie and Perla from Cinderella, and I've got Stitch. Now when I get the permanent socket, I plan on going back to Disney World this summer, and the permanent socket, I'm just looking at it to make sure there's no issues with it, you know. The temporary sockets aren't as durable because they're made of a more brittle plastic. So I'm going to take this back this summer and finish getting signatures on it, and then I'm going to do some watercolors on it, and I'm going to turn this into a lamp. And I've been thinking about auctioning it off for people that can't afford maybe their insurance deductible or need a little bit of help towards their prosthetic, because I myself have really struggled to get the money together for this. I had to pay almost $5,000 between the insurance deductible and my 20% copay with my insurance company. Anyways, this is an airlock, so it's a knee sleeve airlock. So it goes a little bit higher up on my thigh. I don't mind it though, it's pretty cool. And yeah, it's basically how I put it on. So you can see this is the thinner, more brittle plastic, that they can't drop it or do any heavy activity on it. Otherwise, you risk breaking it. This is my favorite part of my leg. This is a low profile rush foot, which I am so about. This foot is a lot better than a carbon fiber. As you can see, there's a little bit of give. So I'm actually able to well, once I have the carbon fiber socket, I'll be able to run, and I'm like so super excited. This again, rush foot, low profile, it's amazing. It has made walking like a million times better. And when I'm ready to put on my leg, all I do is bend down, put my residual limb into the socket, pull up on my sleeve, skin to skin contact for about 1 inch, though I like, to be honest, I like a little more than 1 inch, and voila, my leg is on. You'll have to excuse me, there's some sort of game thing is on my computer. Voila, I'm in, and I can take off and walk. Oh, there's stuff popping up all over my screen. Okay, so leg is great. Now, unfortunately, there's no baby Hoffman coming along anytime soon. I don't know if there will ever be a baby Hoffman coming along. This is the only part of my life that I feel any type of emotion over anymore. I don't regret losing my leg. I don't regret making the choice. What I regret is that I can't get pregnant. We went through the medication cycle. No follicles really formed that were worth using. I recently did some blood work. I'm waiting for the results to see that I for sure have low egg reserve. We can't seem to financially come up with the money to do this again. I just have this issue with being broke and destitute all the time. So it's a lot to ask. It's a lot to ask my husband. And it's a lot to ask us to keep, financially putting the strain on ourselves. I mean, we basically, we go without a lot to ensure that we have the money for these treatments. And we keep wondering, when is something going to break for us? When are we going to get that little shot of good luck? We work really, really hard and we make enough money. But, things like needing a new leg come up, and that's a necessity. Things like my husband's diabetes come up, and, we have to readjust his medication and his diet, and, he has pretty much said that this is our last year, because he's going to be 48 this year, and he doesn't want to be 50 being a father. So we'll be married 14 years in March, and we've been trying officially for about 13. And we have one little baby up in heaven. And nobody to share our lives with. So we have our fur babies, and I do think that is going to be it for us. I am a big blubbering mess when it comes to this subject, because, as you know, children are so... I've always wanted to be a mom. But, $15,000 to $20,000 is just a lot of money to come up with. And we're both in school, and we can't take out loans because we're trying to make sure that we have a future. We'd like to open our own practice one day and, do things. I'd like to work with UNICEF one day and be part of more of a social change and movement. And it looks like I'll be free to do that and travel with no encumbrance. I don't see a way at this point. It's been a decision that I don't want people to think of me as a quitter, but sometimes quitting just means that it's not meant to be, and you have to accept the defeat in a humble way. Somebody told me recently, if you can't afford IVF, why do you think you could afford having a child? So that's, it was kind of cruel, but they're right. I can't afford IVF. I can't afford IVF out of my own pocket. We can't afford any more. We've spent roughly $75,000 in our 13 years of trying. When is enough enough? So that's kind of where I'm at with that. Some really great things happening. Doing well in school. Got a great new leg. Had an awesome trip to Disney World. I'm going to do something good for somebody else by hopefully making some money by auctioning this prosthetic socket off. And then some things that aren't so good. Well, the other good thing is we got Maleficent. She's a great addition to the family. And the not so good is that no babies. So, 2015, it's off to a good start. I hope everybody out there is able to get things where they need to be, so they're feeling as great as I'm feeling. For amputees, it gets so much better. That first time that you do something that you either did before or that you've never done, like for me, riding a bicycle, that was like the best, most amazing feeling in the world. Take anything for granted. Have a great new year.